Hi, this is Miss Hess, and I'm doing a quick little video on the photoelectric effect lab. It's actually the last lab that you will do. We have the program right here that you need to open up to get it going. The lab has to do with this little contraption right here. This is a plate that we're going to put light on in different wavelengths, and we're going to see if we can get electrons to move. Now, you just have two different types of experiments you're going to do. You're going to mess with the sodium plate first and find your wavelengths. You have a specific set of wavelengths that are set up, and then you are going to mess with the voltage to find out when the particles stop. And then in the second table, you're going to look at different materials and when that threshold is met, when particles start moving. So you want to make sure that for the first one you are set to the, let me get my instructions up here. Okay, that you are set to sodium, because we're going to use sodium as the first one. Your current is right here. The battery is set for a voltage of 0. And our first wavelength that we're going to look at is 500. Now, these are very difficult to get it right on 500, and you might not be able to get it exactly there. Just try to get it as close as possible. You're going to increase the intensity to 100%, and then you are going to try to get this so that the current is 0. Now, you might be saying it is 0 right now, and it was showing up before. Sometimes this one is a little tricky. Keep moving it around to see if you can get the current to move. I've just had problems on this particular one. When you start moving it down to the 400, you can see that the current will start again, and you just need to find out at what voltage that current becomes 0. At this, in the case of 400, it's negative 0.8 volts. And you're just going to go through all of these different, I think they have you do 400, 300, 200, and 100. So that's basically how the first part of the lab goes. The second part of the lab, you can switch your type of plate up here. We're going to start with sodium. What they're asking you to do is return the voltage to 0. And again, these can be a little tricky to get right on 0. There we go. You get it on 0, you're going to increase the wavelength until you see all of the electrons stop. And right here we've kind of seen electrons stop. Let's see if I can get them to all go in. And then what you're going to do is decrease the wavelength until you see the electrons start to flow again. So we're looking in this area for electrons to flow again. We're going to keep messing with the wavelength until we get it at a point where they start flowing. And it looks to be right around here. Your answers are going to be different for each one, and I'm not looking for a specific answer, just something that's close to what that wavelength should be. Then you're going to move ahead. You're going to do your calculations. You've been given your formulas right here, and answer your conclusions. And shoot me an email, text, or phone call if you've got any questions.